Hello, sweethearts. Welcome to another segment of J Culture. Yeah, how are you doing today? I hope and I trust you're doing great. I miss you guys, honestly. I miss you guys. And I want to appreciate everyone for your love and your support. Thank you so much. In today's class, we'll be learning how to draft the Neckline Princess Bustier. Yes, you must have heard of it, but you don't know the name. Yes, it's called the Neckline Princess Bustier. So please stay tuned as we begin the class. The measurements we'll be using: bust circumference 36, shoulder to bust point 10, under bust circumference 30, shoulder to under bust 14, waist circumference 33 and half, shoulder to waist 18, shoulder 15, full length 25, hip circumference 43. Firstly, we'll draw out our guideline. We also do same at the side. Having done that, we'll place our measurements. We'll be using 8 inches for the armhole length, bust point 10 inches, under bust 14 inches, waistline 18 inches, the full length 25 inches, the 1 inch for folding allowance. I'm just going to extend it. Now we'll take the measurement of our shoulder, which is 15 divided by 2, 7.5 inches, half an inch sewing seam. We'll take it down to the chest line. Let me label: chest line, bust point line, under bust line, waistline, full length. Then we'll connect it. Now we'll take the neck circumference, which is 3 by 3, standard measurement. You can decide to design your neck the way you want, okay? But this is the standard measurement. Then we'll come to the shoulder line. To get our slope, we'll take in by 1.5 inches. We'll connect it to the neckline. Having done that, we'll get the midpoint of the armhole, divide by 2. On the midpoint, we'll take in by 3/4 inch. Then we'll take the circumference of the bust, which is 36, divided by 4 will give us 9 inches. Then we'll come to the waistline. To get the circumference, 33.5 divided by 4 will give us 8 1/4. Then we'll come to the full length of the blouse, which is 43. That's the hip circumference, divided by 4 will give us 10 3/4. So we're going to connect them. Having done that, so we're going to connect the armhole, the chest line, and the shoulder tip. So this is what we'll be having. Now we're going to take the span, the bust span measurement, which is 8 inches, divide by 2 will give us 4 inches. We'll take it down. So connect them with a straight rule. Now we'll come to the neck. We'll come to the neckline. We'll take the measurements of the neck to get the midpoint. We have 5 inches. So 5 divided by 2 will give us 2.5 inches. So we'll mark 2.5 inches here. At the midpoint of the neck, we'll draw a straight line to the bust line. So this is what we'll be having. Then we'll come to the under bust. You can decide to use any dart intake pattern or method of your choice. Okay, you can decide to take in by 1/2 inch if you're using 2 inches dart intake, or 2.5 dart intake, or 3 inches dart intake. So you can decide to take it by 1/2 inch rather, then 1.5 inches here, or you can decide to take it 1 inch here and 1 inch here. Okay, you're still going to achieve the same results. So we're going to be using this first. I'm going to show us the other method after this method. Okay, so we'll take in by 1.5 inches. We'll come here and take in 1/2 inch, then 1.5 inches, making it 2 inches dart intake. Then we'll replace it back. Okay, do not forget to replace it back. All right, then at the hemline, we'll take in 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch here, making it 1/2 inch. We replace it back to complete our measurement. Okay, so we're going to connect them. We're going to take in from the bust line. We're going to take 1 inch to serve as a guide. Then we're going to take 1 inch upward to also serve as a guide. So we're going to connect it with a curve ruler. You can decide to use a curve ruler here, or you use a straight ruler here. Okay, depend on what you want to achieve. Having done that, we're going to come to the midpoint of the neck. We're going to take in by 3/4 inch here, also take in by 3/4 inch here. You see, this place is going to be very tricky. Okay, so pay attention. Now we're going to use a straight line to connect it to that bust line. Okay, we'll also do same at the second dart leg. You see how it's looking? Now we're going to come to this chest line. Whatever dart intake that is being taken away, we're going to replace it back. We have 1/2 inch here, so place it back by 1/2 inch. Then we'll connect So at this place, we've already taken 1.5 inches for that. Now we're going to replace it back to the shoulder line. So what we'll do is to add paper on it. We're going to max paper so we can add our complete measurement for the neck. So we've added another paper to it to make it lengthy. So what we'll do is we're going to overlap this the neck dart legs. We're going to overlap them. So after masking it with a tape, then we're going to take the measurement. Okay, we're going to take the measurement of the shoulder again. Okay, take it down to the chest line. We'll rule out. Then we'll come to this line. We'll come to the chest line to make sure we are not shorting with any measurements. We have 8 inches as our chest line, so we're going to take it upward and mark 8 inches, okay? That's it. Haven't done that, we'll take our new neckline, our new neck circumference. That is 3 by 3 inches. Then we'll connect it with a curve ruler. Now we'll come to the slope line. We'll come to the shoulder line and take our slope line. That will now be our new slope line. So connect it to the neckline. Haven't done that, we'll come to the chest line to take our bust circumference again, so that the measurements will be complete. Our bust circumference is 36 divided by 4 is 9 inches. So we have it here. Now we're going to come to this point to take down the midpoint of the armhole. This is the midpoint. Then we'll take the midpoint, we'll take in by 3/4 inch and connect them together. And like I said, it's very tricky. Understand it, you are good to go. So this now becomes our new bodice. That's the neckline princess bustier. So now all we just have to do is to add a sewing seam allowance, which is 2 inches. So this is what we'll be having for the neckline princess bustier for the front bodies. Now we're going to mark the back bodies. Please do not forget to add your sewing seam allowance, your 1/2 inch sewing seam allowance, when you place it on your fabric, okay? Or you can decide to transfer it to another paper and add your 1/2 inch sewing seam allowance before you cut it on your fabric. Now we're going to draft the back bodies of the neckline princess bustier. So we're going to draft the guideline. Haven't done that, I'm going to take down by 1 inch, which is going to serve as our new guideline. That's the shoulder line. I'm going to take the zip allowance 1 inch. I'll take it down. Now place the measurements. The chest line is 8 inches. chest line 8 inches, the bust point is 10 inches, the under bust is 14, the waistline is 18, the full length is 25 inches. I'm going to add to the paper to complete the measurements that I want for the folding allowance. Now we'll add our folding allowance, which is 1 inch. We're going to extend them. Having done that, I'm going to label chest line, bust point, under bust line, waistline, full length. The shoulder measurement is 15, addition of half an inch to make it 8 inches for one. Then we'll connect it. Having done that, to take the neck measurement, which is 3 inches here, 1 inch here, we'll connect. Having done that, we'll come to the shoulder line to take our shoulder slope. We'll take 1.5 inches down and connect it to the neck line. Now we'll take the circumference, which is 36, divided by 4 will give us 9 inches. Then we'll come to this point to mark the midpoint of the armhole depth, which is 3 1/4. If you divide it by 2, will give us 3 1/4. Then we'll just draw a curved line to connect with it. Okay, then we'll come to the body to take the waist circumference, which is 33.5 divided by 4 will give us 8 1/4. The hip circumference 43 divided by 4 will give us 10 3/4. Now we're connecting. Having done that, we'll come to the bust span, which is 8 inches. Divided by 2 will give us 4 inches. We'll take it down to the hemline. Then we'll connect with a straight rule. Now we'll come to the neck. The neck circumference, to get the midpoint, so we'll take the measurement. We have 3.5 inches. We'll divide it by 2 to get the midpoint. We'll be having 1 3/4 inches. So at the midpoint, we'll take a straight rule. We'll come to the waistline. We'll take in by half an inch here, half an inch here. So 1 inch that intake will be taken. We'll replace it back. Then we'll come to the hem line. We'll take it by 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch here. To make it half an inch that intake, we'll replace it here. Then we'll connect. So we'll connect it to the bust line. Having done that, we'll come to the neckline. We'll take in by 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch here. It will be half an inch dart intake. You can decide not to take the dart intake. It depends on what you want to achieve. You can decide to leave it this way. You can decide to add your you can decide to take your half an inch dart intake. Then you just take it straight to the bust point. For you to avoid this sharp area, so you're going to make a curve, a slight curve, okay, so it doesn't give you that sharp area. A very slight curve, like 1/8. You see, very slight curve. You see, now we're going to add our sewing seam allowance. 2 inches sewing seam allowance here, 2 inches sewing seam allowance, and 2 inches sewing seam allowance. Now we'll connect them. Please do not forget that I added whatever that intake we took here, okay, before I added our sewing seam allowance. That's why this place is very wide, okay, that's why this place is wider than usual. Don't forget that. Let me just roll it so that you will know that we added it together, because I did not connect it. So this is it, okay, so this is it. Then we'll come to the neck line. We're going to add our 1 inch sewing seam allowance first. So make sure that this place is very accurate. Our neck circumference, which is 3 inches, so you can use your hand to make a curve, okay, or you can use your curve or ruler. So now here we're going to extend it to this point. We're not going to be using it because this will now be our new shoulder line. So now we're going to take this one quarter inch I took here, we'll adjust it to this point. So this is what we'll be having. If we want to leave our bodies like this without touching the neck, we can decide to leave. If we want to take away half an inch dart intake, all we need to do is to attach. We just have to overlap this place to this place, overlap the 2 leg darts, then you mask it down. You mask it down. Then you take the measurement to know if it's complete. So here we have 8 inches. We have 8 inches here. So we're going to add that 1/4 inch that we took before, that we added before. We're going to add it back. So we'll make sure our shoulder is accurate, okay. Please do not forget that your shoulder needs to be accurate. If not, your shoulder will be shortened. Okay, we'll take the measurement, 3 inches here. So now we're going to cut out. Firstly, we'll cut out. Let's cut this out. So having done that, having cut it off, now we'll come to the waistline. In by 1 inch. On the under bust line, we're taking by 3/4 inch. So we'll connect it. So now we'll complete the zip measurement. We'll mark the zip measurement, okay? Before we cut out, we're going to mark half an inch down here, half an inch up here. Then we'll connect it to the waist. This will take out every bulge at the zip back. So what we'll do first is to overlap this to this. So this is one of the method of drafting the neckline princess bustier. If you have any question you'd like to ask, please drop your questions in the comment section, and please do not forget to share, to like, subscribe to my channel.